Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I have come to the shocking realization that I'm depressed. Um, I was diagnosed with depression years ago. I think like the very first session that I had in therapy, I was diagnosed with depression, and that was when I was 14. So that's like 11 years ago. Um, but my last video kind of depicts that. I mean, not kind of, it definitely does. Um, but I feel like it has become kind of a trend. Not like, oh, trendy, like a statistical trend. Um, that the people who normally experience depression as like the stereotypical sad depression are starting to experience the irritation and anger form of depression. I am one of those people. I didn't realize that that was a thing until I want to say, like, oh, last week, when one of my friends said that depression can make you irritable and angry. Didn't know that. I mean, I might have known that, but like completely forgot about it and deleted it from my brain. Um, but yeah, um, I've realized that my depression has transformed from the stereotypical, like, sad, crying, balled up depression into the irritation and anger and being annoyed type of depression, which is super fun, really fun. Um, Definitely don't recommend. Um, but I've also noticed that with several of our clients too that we have right now that like they normally experience the sad type of depression and currently they're experiencing the like anger frustration form of depression. um and it's annoying because I think I said this in my last video amongst a million other things, is that I'm not an angry person. I've never really been an angry person. But like all the suppressed anger and irritation is coming up now, and that is also really fun. Really love it. um, but yeah, it's my mental health obviously isn't fantastic. As you probably noticed from the last video if you saw it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I feel a little bit better, but I'm still not doing great. Um, I also talked to my dad last week and told him that I realize that I'm angry about my situation and my life right now, and I'm not angry enough to actually do something about it. So I'm in this weird phase where like I'm angry about everything and how everything is happening, but I'm not angry enough to actually change anything about it. Which is really annoying. Um cuz like I feel like right now I am comfortable in my uncomfortability, if that makes sense. I'm like, obviously I'm not comfortable with this anger and irritation because I'm not used to that. I'm not used to those emotions. Um and I'm quote unquote comfortable with where I'm at because it's what I know. Um Sorry about my voice. It's like 3:30 in the morning. I want to say it might even be 4 o'clock at this point. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just at that point where, like, again, I'm angry about what is happening, and I'm not angry enough to do something about it. I'm just stuck in the stasis of unhappiness, and I don't think I have the motivation right now to do anything about it. And I also feel like that might be my downfall, um, with me just staying in this and not doing anything about it and just like being angry and irritated all the time. Um, and like logically, I know that nothing changes if nothing changes. So if I don't do something about it, I'm going to be stuck in this phase of just anger about what is occurring. And nothing's going to change. This is going to be how it is if I don't do something. Um, with that, and again, because of my depression, I don't have the motivation to do anything. And also, the amount of times that I've heard action, I always want to say predates, but it's not correct. Um, oh, what is the word? Um, it starts with P, and I know this. Um, I'm just gonna say predates because I can't think of the word right now, and it's gonna sound wrong, and it is wrong, but it gets the point across. Is that action predates motivation? So, like, if you wait around constantly for the motivation to occur, you're never gonna get anything done. So you have to like actually do things, be like do the action, and then the motivation will come, which is so annoying because you want the motivation, or at least I want the motivation to come so that I can do the action. But that's not how it works, and it's so annoying because with me specifically, if I wait for the motivation, it's going to take like a good 6 months at least for that motivation to come, if it ever comes. So I need to do the action without waiting for the motivation because the motivation may never come, and if it does come, it's not going to come for a long ass time. Um, and then by that time, I'm going to be absolutely miserable. So I know that I need to take action. Um, I just again, I don't have it in me right now, and that's also like frustrating and irritating because like again, I'm not happy with where I am right now. I'm not happy with what I'm doing. Not happy, obviously. Um, and also like related but unrelated, I was talking to my friend about this a few days ago, is that it feels like the health career system, like being in nursing or being in like working in rehabs, stuff like that, like the healthcare system career path ness. um it feels like it's it was built at this point, like it was made at this point to just push the people who actually care about the clients out, because the people who actually care about the clients and what they're doing are getting burnt out so quickly, because a lot of places in the healthcare system are promoting people who don't care, or not promoting, are enabling the people who don't care and are doing a half-ass job. And of course this isn't true for everywhere. It feels like that. It feels like the people who actually care and who are actually doing their jobs are getting pushed out because we just I don't know, just how it's built, how the system is built and how it's structured and how it's going. That's how it feels right now. Um and I'm not speaking for everyone in the healthcare system, obviously. I'm just talking about me and my friend and the person that they told me about having this experience. So that's three people. um or like what I've seen. Um so that's just my opinion on my experience. Um I could be completely wrong, but that's how it feels right now. Um and it's tough because I don't know if I want to stay in this career path. I don't know if I want to keep following this and seeing where it goes. I don't know if I want to I definitely don't want to stay where I am right now. Um, just like the position in general. And I don't know if I can continue down this road, down this path in the mental health field because of my own because of my own mental health and how it's affecting me. I don't know if I can keep going with this career path because I don't know if I will survive it. Um and that's the truth. I really had a passion for it when I first started, and like 2 years ago, I want to say about 2 years, almost 2 years ago, when I started working in rehabs, I just don't have it in me anymore, and I don't know if I can keep going as much as I might want to. I don't know if I can for my own well-being, um, just because of how it's affecting me and my mental health. Because obviously, if you saw the last video, not doing too great up here, not doing too good. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, and I I know that something needs to change. I know. Um, because I can't keep going like this for my own well-being. Like I can't keep doing this every day. I can't keep going down this road for my own well-being. And that sucks too because like when I first started working in rehabs, I felt like I was making a difference. I felt like I had a purpose, and like I know that I have saved several lives because those people have specifically told me like you are the reason I am still here. Like you saved my life. um and at that point I had purpose. Um and that sense of purpose has long gone because it has been covered up by extreme burnout and my own mental health issues coming up because of what I'm doing in my life with work and only working and sleeping. Like that's not good for anyone. Um and then also like at the end of the 2 weeks when I worked my ass off and then I see my paycheck, like I'll work 81 hours in 2 weeks and I'll just barely make $1,000. Like when I was working at my last job, I granted I was working a little bit more in hours, but I was making close to like almost $1,500 every 2 weeks. So like the fact that I'm working kind of close to the same amount of hours and getting barely $1,000 is excruciating. um, and I know like I know that not everyone is even making that much in a 2 week span. Um, it's just like it's frustrating when you're trying to start like looking for a place to rent and almost all of the places that I'm looking at that are available, like even a studio bedroom, like a studio apartment is close to like $1,300 and I'm in Pennsylvania. Like uh, in the middle of nowhere too. Like it's insane that like my 2 week paycheck wouldn't even cover rent. And of course they expect you to make like 2 3 times the monthly rent. Understandably, but like I'm going on a spiral that I never intended to go on. It's just frustrating to like be working your ass off and being emotionally exhausted and physically exhausted and then seeing that you're barely making anything to be able to live off of. It's just it's exhausting and it's like what's the point? Um that's another thing with like trying to rent is that, and one of the reasons why I'm still awake right now is because I tonight specifically I've just been thinking and like having that feeling that like I want to go home. Um, and I know I touched on this in one of my other videos, but like my thing is that I've never had a physical place that felt like home. Like even in my childhood house, in my bedroom, in my bed, I still never felt at home. And like I literally had an apartment by myself for a little over a year and that never felt like home. Like for as long as I can remember, I have found a sense of home in people, in a person, um, which has affected my relationships. And I think I said this too, is that I will tend to stay with a person longer than I should because they felt like home to me. And I think I was clinging onto that more so than the actual person in relationships and problems and stuff like that. I was just clinging on to that sense of feeling at home. Um, and it's tough because like for now this is my home. Like I'm living with my sister. I'm in Is this my bed? I think this is my bed. Like the mattress, I think it's mine. I can't remember because we've moved mattresses a bajillion times between her guest bed and my dad's bed when he lent a bed to my sister when she had her um like husband's side of the family come over. Like it's I think this is my bed, my mattress. I don't know. But like for all intents and purposes, this is my bed. Like this is my room. And I've been here like 4 or 5 months and it doesn't feel like home. And again, like I had an apartment for over a year by myself and that never felt like home. And like it sucks longing for that place that just doesn't exist. Um, and I know that there are things that I could do to make this place feel more like home. And I know that I'm planning on moving out relatively soon, hopefully, relatively soon. So, like, what is the point of making this place feel like home if I'm going to be leaving in a few weeks? Like, and also, I don't need more stuff. Like, their garage is full of stuff that's from my apartment. Like, I don't need more shit. Um, which leads me to my next point is that also, um, dependent on my mental health is my financial status. So, like, when I'm in a relatively good space mentally, I will want to save money so that I can save up for an apartment, let's say, or like have an saved, like emergency funds saved. And then my mental health will dip, and then I'll be like, well, what's the point? Let me just like get DoorDash. Let me just buy this thing. Let me spend money on this, like things that I don't need because I'm like, well, what's the point? Like, why should I save for something that's never going to happen? And then it's a vicious cycle because then after I get out of that funk, which usually lasts longer than the saving phase, um, I'll panic because I have close to no money and then I have to start all over again. And it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare in here, guys. This is not a fun zone, okay? This is not fun to live with. Um, what I wouldn't give to be able to just take my brain out and give it a good like scrubbing, maybe like straighten out a few folds, and then plop her back in. That'd be really great, but unfortunately I can't do that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. All this to say pretty much is that I've obviously been struggling with my mental health. And it's a journey. Um, and like I tell my clients is that healing isn't linear, which is really annoying. It like I really wish it was because that would be great, but like on when you go to therapy and your healing journey, it's gonna have highs and lows, and like that's a constant. However, what I have learned is that even though you do have dips and stuff, the oh my god, I wish I remembered like graph language, and I apologize that I don't. But the main line is going up. Like, yeah, you might have some dips and weaves and stuff like that, but for the most part, like if you back up, it's going up. Um, some days it may feel like you're just going down, down, down. That's just a dip. Um, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I might just end this here because at this point I'm just very ADD, verbal diarrhea, and just all over the place. So I apologize for that. Um, but yeah, struggling with my mental health as per usual. I am doing better than the last video. I will say that, which is good. Um, but I definitely have some thinking to do, and like I know that there are changes that need to be made that I need to make in my life because I can't keep going the way that I'm going. I can't. I can't survive like this. Um, so I need to take some time to like actually think about what I want to do and what I need to do for me. Um, and I need to actually take the time to do that. I am a very avoidant person, and I need to stop avoiding that because if I keep avoiding that, then everything is just going to keep getting worse for me. So I think that it will be my plan for this weekend is to genuinely take some time to think about what I want to do and actually research and look into it and actively try and do it. Um, just so that I can at least say that I tried. Um, and that I gave it a good try and not a half-assed try. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it if you made it this far. Um, if you want to like the video, go ahead. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't, I don't blame you. Um, but with that, I will see you guys in the next video. And thank you again for listening to my ADD hectic mind scramble rant that went all over the place. I appreciate it greatly. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.